Hey traders, this is Jeff from ZenTrader.ca with a nightly update. Over the weekend I threw out a couple of targets to where I thought the Dow and the Nasdaq and the TSX could potentially rally to, and well, I didn't expect to nearly hit them in one day. We are pretty close. For the Nasdaq, it was right around 25.40. We're about 10 to 13 points below that, so we may have a little bit more upside to go on the Nasdaq. On the Dow, it was about 11,600, about 80 points away. So maybe we get a pop in the AM, and I think that's probably just about it. You can see here at the RSI, it's right around 60, typically an area where we will find resistance at if we're in a bearish environment, I guess you can call it, and we have been in a bearish environment since early November. We had a nice sell-off here. Hopefully you guys are taking some profits. I was in cash coming into the weekend, and then at the near the end of the day, well, actually would have been more towards the middle of the day, I shorted FXI, which is the China ETF. I'm bearish on China right now. I shorted gold, and I bought puts on USO. So that's how I am positioned right now. Today's pop, I believe, is nothing more than a dead cat bounce. I talked to you guys last week. I showed you how the 4-day exponential moving average was. It was actually, I believe it was actually a little under it at one point during this day, under the lower Bollinger, typically an area where we get some kind of bounce. And bounce we did. Volume wasn't that great today. Just because we're oversold, that doesn't mean that you go buy, in my opinion. I think today was nothing more than shorts covering, people buying on some macro news. Just simply take a look at the advanced decline line. Is this in any way bullish? Absolutely not. Basically, we have lower highs and lower lows down to here, and then we rally back to resistance at these points. It's very clear, and then we roll over and we find a little bit of support in this resistance area of this, but there's a little bit of consolidated area here if you kind of use your imagination. So it really does make sense that we maybe we do go a little bit higher, but then picture going up and then maybe a retest of these lows. I don't forecast. I pretty much that's just what I envision. I'm not saying that has to happen, but other than that, I think that today's rally will most likely be sold. If you didn't get short today, I would definitely be looking to, and I will be looking actually to be getting short potentially the Nasdaq and maybe some Dow Jones. I'll probably get short DIA and QQQ on any strength tomorrow. But I pretty much tried to message all my trades out on Twitter, so if you don't follow me, you can do that. One stock that I wanted to mention here that is basically one of the strongest stocks out there is SPPI Pharmaceuticals. Now, I don't typically play pharmaceuticals just because they're so volatile, but this stock, there's something going on with this stock. It's had a really powerful move. I noticed it tonight again, and I knew it looked familiar. Back on October 29th, it caught my eye when it was about 10.5. Basically, I was watching for the breakout, and we got that, and then some. It was about 30% higher from where I mentioned it as a potential setup. So this is one to watch. Overbought now, but definitely, if we do get a bit of a pullback and then the markets are destabilized, I think this is going to be a big winner going forward. So take care, guys.